Okay, so in our lesson today, we're gonna discuss about what things should you say. We know that if you eat something from grain, which is from the 5 species of grain, wheat, barley, spelt, rye, and
we know, but
חיטה שעורה, שיפון, שיבולת שועל, what is the fifth? What is the fifth? Wheat, barley, spelt, rye, and what is the other? Let's see. No, you can say it in Hebrew and I will translate it.
Kosmin, shipon,
kosmin.
barley, oat, rye, and
Spelt.
So
wheat, barley, spelt, rye, and
oat.
What else?
Oat.
Oat. Okay. So I said all of them. Okay. I think I forgot spelt. So spelt is spelt.
No, spelt you mentioned before.
Spelt is chiffon, I think, in Hebrew, no?
Chiffon?
No, chiffon is rye.
Rye, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you found it.
Yeah, he found it.
Okay, very good.
Go a little bit down.
So spelt is kosmin, sorry. Spelt is kosmin, very good. So wheat, barley, spelt, rye, and oats. Now, from the Torah, for you to say Birkat Hamazon, you need to be satisfied. The first bracha, the first blessing, is whatever blessing. If it's from the 5 species, then you say Baruch Hashem, Bo Emene Mizanot. If it's Mizanot, if it's Hamotzi, you say Hamotzi. But the last bracha, the after you ate, from the Torah, it's only if you're satisfied. Because it says in the Pasuk, V'achalta v'savata u'berachta. The Torah says v'savata. What is v'savata? You need to be satisfied. If you're not satisfied, you don't have to say the bracha. But Chachamim, the Rabbanan, which is the Rabbanan, established that even if you're not satisfied, as long as you ate kazait, you want to put the chart so I can...
Sure, okay.
Kazait, if you ate kazait, it's very good. Can you go? Okay, kazait. Kazait is 27 cc, cubic centimeters. And wait, can you go up, sorry.
That is a lot.
Yeah, here.
Centimeters.
27, sorry. 27 cc, cubic centimeters, which is 27 milliliter. It's the same as 27 milliliters.
Milliliter.
Yeah, it's the same. It's in volume. This is according to one opinion. Another opinion says 17, which is less. Now, someone asked me, what if I ate, let's say I ate 20?
Yeah.
Should I say that? What should I do? There's 2 opinions. So should I say the last bracha or should I not say? So there's a rule. Sveka de'abanan lekula. If you have a doubt about something that chachamim, there's a rule. Sveka de'oraita lechuma, sveka de'abanan lekula. Which means, if it's a safek from the Torah, whether you need to say or not, then you do lechuma, you're more strict. If it's the Rabbanan, then you are more lenient. Sveka de'abanan lekula. V'safek brachot le'akel. And if you have a doubt about blessing, you are lenient. Therefore, you should not say the bracha if you ate less than 27. But it's better to, if you eat something, let's say some crackers, pizza, or whatever, rogalach, borekas, whatever, it's better to eat at least 27 samak, which is cc.
Sorry, 27 is from Torah.
No, 27, it's midarabanan. From the Torah is when you're satisfied. As long as you're not satisfied, you don't have to say the last blessing.
What do you mean? Qualified and satisfied, I know the meaning, but in this case, satisfied.
So let's say you had like 2 crackers and you feel like you're not satisfied, you're not full yet, you want more.
In that case.
So because it says in the Torah, V'achalta v'savata u'berachta. What is, how do you, it says, how do you say it in English? When you have eaten and are saturated, you shall bless. That's how it says in English. Okay. Now, we will discuss later about this chart. There's different opinions how much you need to eat. It's depending on the amount how much you eat. sometimes, even if you can eat theoretically borekas or pizza, even though it's mizonot, but if you eat a lot of it, and you're satisfied, it might become a motzi. But we will talk about this in the next stage. First, I want to start with what is bechal mizonot? How do I know if this food that I'm eating, that is from the 5 species, is it mizonot or is it amotzi? How would I know? So, there is, in the Gemara and also in the Halacha, it brings 3 definitions. We'll start with Pat haba b'keisanin. Pat haba b'keisanin means literally, it doesn't give the translation, but keisanin in Hebrew means shon koses, like snacking on something. Anything that you're snacking. Now there is two interpretations, so 2 opinions. What does that mean, Pat haba b'keisanin? One says, if it's something that you put fruit water, let's say you put orange juice in the dough, or you put milk, you put I don't know, apple juice, anything from, or you put honey. It could be honey, it could be wine, it could be oil. If you put, or eggs, but if you put so much that you have majority of fruits water or any other thing, and then let's say you have 51% fruit water, then it's mezonot.
You mean the majority of the complex
Of the dough.
Less dough, more.
No. If let's say when you bake, let's say you make pizza now.
Okay.
So instead of when you mix the flour, you put milk. Instead of putting water, you put milk.
Okay.
So if you put milk, this pizza will be mezonot. Because it's only if you put water, it's amotzi. If you put milk, but let's say what if you put milk and water?
Yeah.
So how do you know it's mezonot? You go according to the majority. If majority is milk, then it's mezonot. If majority is water, then it's amotzi. Now, but even then, we will see later that it really depends how much you eat. If you eat a lot of pizza, it would one stage become amotzi, and we will see. But for now, we want to know, it says that anything that you don't establish a meal on, that you don't decide that this is your meal, it's something you're snacking on, it's mezonot. Okay, so we gave one definition. One definition is something that was mixed with mei perot, like juice, and it needs to be. Now, if you eat, okay, let's talk maybe about later how much the amount, but anyway, I'll say it already now. If you eat more than 4 eggs, you see here it says 4 eggs, it's 230 samak, centimeter mukav in Hebrew, which is about 230 milliliters. If you eat amount of 4 eggs of let's say pizza or pizza that was made with milk, and you are satisfied, and you making that's your lunch. You're like, okay, I'm gonna have these 3 slices of pizza. I'm gonna be satisfied from it. That's gonna be my meal. In that case, you will need to wash your hands and say amotzi. You cannot say mizonot on it. Okay, this is one scenario. Then another scenario, if there's a lot of spices, let's say this dough, we put a lot of spices on it.
Okay.
Let's say doesn't taste like bread. It's something people snacking. Let's say, I don't know if lechem shum, garlic bread. I'm not so sure about if it's something that maybe you should say mizonot, because there's a lot of garlic and different spices. If there's a lot of spices, and it's it's not regular bread that you eat, then you also say mizonot. But it says here in the note that it's not today. Sometimes in Israel, especially, you can find those bread with a lot of onion in top, like fried onion, and people call it lechem batzal or whatever. But it says that it's amotzi, because it's just putting in the top some onion, but it's not like they're putting it in the actual dough, these spices. But anyway, these 2 cases of mei perot and which is juice or spices, this is the machloket. What is considered pat haba b'keisanin? One says it means that you put juice in the dough. Another one, no, they're both the same opinion, either juice or spices. Now there's another explanation. What is a pat haba b'keisanin? Keisanin milshon kis. Kis means pocket. That sometimes you take the dough, after you knot the dough, you make a form of a pocket, and you put inside the pocket, you put fruit. You could put apples or
Okay,
banana, I don't know. You're making like some type of cookie, or I don't know, some type of, I don't know, there is some like a cake type of thing you put inside apples, and then in this case it would also be mezonot. Because when you eat it, it's not, you don't make it as a meal. It's something that people eat as a dessert. You know, like bring this, apple cake or something.
So when you
yes.
speak about spices,
Yeah.
and you mention garlic and onion, those are not spices. That's why
You're right. Spices meaning ethnic way. Sometimes you could put garlic, powder, garlic powder,
yeah.
or onion powder. And then it's a spice.
Okay,
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Now, what about if you put in this pocket of dough, you made a pocket of dough, you put, let's say, meat or fish. Would you also say it's mezonot? No. Here it would be amotzi. Why? What's the difference? What's the difference if I put fruit in the pocket or if I put meat or fish? The difference is like this. If you put meat people usually eat in order to be satisfied. They don't need it to snack on. No one is snacking on steak or something. Like you eat meat when it's a seuda, it's a meal. When you, what?
Charcuterie is...
Yes, a type of meat that you're snacking?
No, charcuterie, I mean those...
Like a salami or something?
Yeah, like salami, for example.
Interesting. But it's still like, it's not something people eat for dessert, it's something that people eat for a meal. So in this case, if you put it inside the dough, like a pocket, you will say amotzi. You wouldn't say mezonot. What determines whether it's amotzi or mezonot? Whether you eat it for pleasure and for something to snack on, or you're eating it to be satisfied from it. And if you're eating it something to be satisfied, that makes it into a meal. And when it's a meal, you need to say amotzi and Birkot Hamazon. Now, so far we talked about Glucemic. Now there's another thing that it's not just depending what did you put in the dough, it also depends what texture does the dough have. Blila raka or blila ava in Hebrew. So when you, let's say, make some type of dough, before you make it into a bread, you can't really form it in your hand. It's like sticky and like, so in that case, if it's called blila raka, like a very like soft texture, in that case, you will say mezonot also. An example for it may be, like, I don't know, what? Pancakes, yeah, exactly, pancakes. Pancake is a good example. Pancake actually considered blila raka me'od, like runny, like watery. You can't even hold it in your hand. So there's two things. There's blila nozlit, like a runny texture, and then there is blila raka, like a soft texture, but it's still like you can still grab it in your hand. So really, there's two opinions regarding blila raka, whether you should say mezonot on it or amotzi. One opinion say that it's still like, after all, yeah, it's blila raka, it's a soft texture, but after it's ready, it looks like actual bread. So that's why they said amotzi. But another opinion say that, okay, I'm not looking how it's come out of the oven, I'm looking how it's before it being baked. Before it's been baked, it's very soft, you can't even form it in your hand, and then it will be mezonot. So the halacha is, according to the outer Rabbi, that you should say mezonot in it, but it's really better to eat it in a meal. Meaning, because there's machloket about this, if you want to be, do the kind of the highest standard, lechatchila, you should eat a regular bread, say, wash your hands, eat kazait, and then you can eat from this soft blila raka, from this soft texture of bread that was soft before it was baked. But,
Sorry,
yeah?
can I interrupt you? Something
Yeah.
finished in my head about, it's not with this lecture, but if you make pizza
Yeah.
for Shabbat meal, you don't need, how do you say chametz? You don't cut from pizza. What do you make special halal because you're not going to eat halal when you eat pizza?
Very good. So,
Maybe there are some small, kind of like this sample it, how do you call them, like small sample or something,
Like,
in order for that purpose to say bracha.
Yochanan, that's better. The best is.
It seems,
But if you eat a big pizza, like we will talk later, I said it also depends on the amount. Meaning, if you eat, let's say, half a pie of pizza, which let's go here. Let's say if you eat 6 eggs of pizza, which is 346 cc, in that case, and you're satisfied from it, you can wash your hands on the pizza.
no, the question is because I have Macedonian speciality.
Yeah.
It's not pizza, but it's something similar on the dough, and on top of that one is something whatever you choose to put, like for example.
Like topping,
Huh?
like onion or fried onion or
Not
something.
on, actually meat, I put meat on that one on top of
Oh,
it.
meat. Okay, it's a good example.
Yeah, it's Macedonian speciality. This way I'm asking.
Oh, it sounds good.
So the often came to
Yeah.
my mind. Oh, it's not good, it's brilliant.
Yeah. So wait. So, but you put in the pizza. Do you put milk or do you put water?
I don't even make pizza, I don't eat pizza. But this is like similar to pizza expression. That's why I use
Ah.
pizza.
But I'm saying in the dough. What do you put in the dough? Do you put water or?
Can I put milk? If I eat meat, I said I put
Oh,
milk.
of course. You can't put milk. I'm saying you put juice, orange juice or apple juice.
No,
It's just 100% water.
olive oil.
No?
Actually, because now when you ask about that one, what I do, I mix the dough in labor corner, bread machine.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I go out, for example, that one, I go to shop, that one is working
Yeah.
there. And then when I come back, I do shape it the way I want, for example.
Okay.
And then I put like meat and whatever I want to put inside. A
So
lot of spices I put like in, and
that should be. It's
So there is spices
on top of it, but not inside the
spices
dough.
inside the meat. Spices in the meat.
Spices in
Ah.
the meat.
But not in the dough.
Okay, in the dough,
Yeah.
the seeds, 5 seeds I use, like I don't know. I mean these flax seeds,
Okay.
different colors.
Mhm.
This they use now for Halloween.
But it's about it's
Fruit
pumpkin.
pizza.
Yeah. Pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin seeds, and then this SS. I mean, on
It's
top of
gonna
the
be a
dough.
part of the dough itself.
No,
On it.
when you do dough in the machine,
Yeah.
it says you put liquid on the bottom, half dough, then you put between like seeds, then you put the rest of the dough. On top of that one you put dry kiva, yeast, and salt on top of that one you put. And then the machine,
Yeah. But
you
you
know,
have
so
something
then
in
you
there.
go in the shopping, come back home, that is ready. And
Mhm.
So in the dough you put juice or
no, in dough.
Water.
Bottom of it.
I said in dough goes liquid, there's some water and olive oil. I use any oil you can put, but I use olive oil, for example.
so you put olive oil in the bottom.
Yeah, that's how it works. Machine.
So you put olive oil in the bottom and then
Water and liquids on the bottom.
okay.
Then you put like olive, like water and
But do you put more water or more oil? Which one? Do you...
actually is, I don't remember now the measures, but I think it's more water, obviously.
Okay, say if it's more water,
Yeah.
it seems like to me it's a motzi.
Oh,
If
no,
the-
it's
But if the majority.
obviously mozzi. I mean, for me it's obviously
Okay.
mozzi. That's obvious, but the question was like, if you do that one on Shabbat, if you do, and then how do you say bracha? Because you don't make halal.
Oh,
You don't make halal to that one, you understand?
That's something I need to look into. Because, I mean, you
That's
say,
what
so your
probably-
question is if you whether you'd say Yodeh Chovah or Challah and Shabbat if you make this type of bread.
Or probably this small sample that over kazait in order to say bracha, and you don't eat much of them.
Interesting. So your question is whether you could say amotzi on it in Shabbat.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think you should be able to, but I need to still check if it's actual amotzi. Of course, it's the best if you have actual
Yeah,
challah.
it's,
But
that
I
is
think-
fancy, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like that you cut
yeah.
like from pizza, I mean, dough from the
Yeah.
side, and then you say hamotzi on that one. You know, it's
It's a good,
different procedure here.
it's a
That's
good
why-
question. Basically, but your question is, let's say, in something that doesn't look like an actual halal, you just put some topping. It seems like it is amutzi, but I can't say 100%. I need to look.
Thank you.
Okay, so about another thing is when you talked about before about Bila Raka, if it's soft blend and soft texture, if you're making it like very thin, like pancake that you gave, then it's for sure mezonot. You don't even have to eat it in a meal. According to all opinion, even though it's something stick, let's say you make like some sticky dough, but you make it very thin and you fry it, or even not fry it, put it in the oven, but it's very very thin. In that case, it would be mezonot also. Now, but of course, if you eat more than 4 eggs again, and you establish a meal on it, and then you're satisfied from it, then you need to sandwich it. Okay. Now, what if it's a blila nozlit? It's a liquid, runny texture, like when you make a pancake, for instance. That it's very very. You can't even hold it with your hand. Also, in this, if it's a if you're putting it inside a tray, then it's of course it's also mezonot in that case. But if you making it very thick, okay, so again, if it's becoming very thick afterward, then you should eat it in a meal. Okay. I need to, sorry, like I said before, it's mezonot. So it doesn't matter, to summarize, it doesn't matter if it's a thick texture or runny texture, it's mezonot. But of course, if it's something that you establish a meal on it and you eat more than 4 eggs, then you should wash your hands. But obviously, if it's not very runny, it's just sticky in your hand, then it's better to eat it in a meal. But if it's completely runny, then it's mezonot. Unless it's like becoming a bit thick, then you should eat it in a meal also.
How about this type? So it's like it's called Japanese pancake, so it's very thick. You see each one of them. So of this by itself, you're already gonna make.
What does this look like a tower?
It's basically a pancake.
Oh, it's a pancake.
It is pancakes. It's just called Japanese pancake. So they make it very thick.
Okay, it looks. There's honey over there also, no?
Yeah, it is just some toppings.
Sugar,
there,
honey, no?
kinds.
You know what I've seen?
It looks like it's mezonot because
It's still mezonot.
it's like you said, you roll it afterward, it's thin. Before you make it into a pancake, it's runny. Like it's like you need to put it with a matzeket with
It is less runny than normal pancakes, but it's still a bit runny. Yeah.
Could you touch it before you put it in the pan? Could you lift it
Not
with
really.
your hand?
Not really. No.
No, so then it's mezonot.
Mezonot still.
It's big fish.
Unless you eat
The same concept.
unless you eat more than 4 eggs and you establish a meal on it.
Yeah.
Meaning
Okay.
you're satisfied. If you eat a little bit,
Mhm.
which is then it's mezonot.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because this
That's
by
a good
itself have a
example.
very big, it's already very big each one of them. So if you're gonna have already 2 or 3, maybe we already need to establish a meal on it.
Yeah.
Can you
That's what I
put
meant.
the picture back? Can you put the picture back, Japanese?
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay, how about this? About this height, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like
Yeah.
this height.
Mm.
I don't know, you make 20 pancakes
Mm.
Yeah.
on top of each other. Between them you fill them, for example, and then comes like a cake. I remember,
Okay.
I've seen this one
Nice.
45 years ago. Mother of my school friend, she made that one when I was there. She offered me like
Uh-huh.
interesting thing, like a creative thing, you know.
Yeah.
20 pancakes maybe, whatever, I mean, to get this height, how many they needed.
Yeah.
You fill them all of them, on top of them, nice, looks like a nice cake. But that should be also, maybe, you have to wash hands because it's too big meal.
It depends how much you eat. Though.
Okay,
That's the main thing.
depends how many people eat, maybe.
Okay, so to summarize,
Yeah. So
it's that what we said that is mezonot. Anything which is either like soft, the dough is very soft, blila raka or blila ava, and pat haba bekisanim. Now in the Lashon of the Gemara, it's called lachmaniot. In Hebrew, lachmaniot means rolls, but it's very soft rolls. It is. Or there is also something called truknin. Truknin is extremely soft when it's very runny. And then pata baba kesanim, which is, we said two explanations. One is that you, like a pocket, another one that you put a lot of fruit juice or spices in it. Okay, now, what if you, there's something interesting inside here. If you, in the middle of the meal, let's say you have a meal, you washed your hand and everything, now they brought some borekas or something, not borekas, let's say rogalach. It's something that you eat for pleasure, not for, so everyone, I would, before I learned, I thought, still, I washed for the bread, that's it, and now it's a meal, but it's not really. If it's something that you eat for pleasure, for like to snack on it, then you need to say mezonot, even in the middle of the meal. You need to say mezonot on the rogalach, but you don't have to say last bracha. The last bracha, you say Birkot Hamazon, it's also including the rogalach. But it's an interesting point. Now, לכל כזית, I said it in the beginning.
Yeah, but
לא, אם אתה אוכל כזית, אתה מחויב בזה, ברכה האחרונה.
נכון, you say,
פחות מכזית.
you eat kazait, and then Birkot Hamazon covers also the rogalach.
sorry, after you wash your hands,
What?
you said after you wash your hands, after Netilat Yadayim,
Yeah.
you say Hamotzi. Bracha for Hamotzi,
Yeah, of
right?
course, yeah.
Okay. And after that, why do you say another bracha?
Because-
Because you say Hamotzi.
Very good question. Very good question. But what I just said, that the amotzi, the whole point of amotzi is when you wash your hands, you're establishing a meal, meaning that in your mind, whatever you will eat afterward, it's included. It's like bread, it's something that people establishing a meal on. Now, rogalach, it's something that people don't usually establish. I mean, of course, if you had in mind when you wash with the bread, you were planning on eating rogalach at the end of the meal, then it's fine, then it's included. But I'm talking here, let's say it's in Purim, let's say, you got a mishloach manot in the middle of the meal. Someone brought you some rogalach. Now, when you wash your hands for the bread, you did not plan on eating this rogalach in the middle of the meal. So, or let's say someone went, I don't know. Yeah.
Hamotzi should
So
cover.
then you need to say mezonot on the rogalach, but you don't have to say the last bracha. Last bracha Birkot Hamazon includes
Yeah,
also the
but
rogalach.
Hamotzi should cover that one as well.
No, it
Why-
doesn't.
Why it doesn't cover?
The reason is
Yeah.
it's because you didn't have it in your mind, you didn't even have it. And later on it came. So when you bless a motzah or something, you bless upon what you have, right?
Like, this
But
is food
because you
what
did
sorry,
not have it yet,
This is food what you prepare to eat, and
Yeah.
suddenly brings this one, then you this one, then you have to say.
yes,
Because you is not yours, you said something.
because not from the very
That is the-
beginning,
Okay.
later on suddenly you didn't even know. If you would have known about it,
Yeah.
that it's going to give you, and you know about the
And
time,
you had it in mind.
And then you don't
Exactly,
say,
then
okay,
you can.
okay, I
but
understand
if you
now.
did not know and suddenly somebody gives you, then yes,
But-
you
but-
need to bless it.
Sorry, but I'm trying to
Of course,
understand
of
things.
course.
Somebody
No, it's good.
doesn't matter, 2 plus 2 is not interested why it's 4. I mean, he knows that it's 4, doesn't care where from it comes. I mean, but I want to know the source.
Exactly, it's good.
That's why.
No, but also, but it's interesting. Let's say if it wasn't rogalach, let's say if it was something that you eat for, not for pleasure, something that, let's say, I don't know, someone brought you, let's say fricassee. No, fricassee, it's not. Yeah, fricassee, some people eat it for food, נכון?
I don't know.
I don't know what is fricassee. Sorry.
Some
It's a
dog,
Tunisian food. It's basically like the same dough as a donut, but instead of putting sugar, you put more salt. Like it's something that usually like maluach. It's salty. It's not sweet. Then you fry it in deep oil.
Yeah.
It's very very tasty. Then you cut it in the middle and you put tuna or give it a salad. Make it like a sandwich. So
Like
this
a
is
bagel.
mezonot.
כמו נחמניה, אבל מטוגנת.
Oh, he knows. He's a
Okay.
bit מטוגן. Very good. עכשיו we're gonna talk about this now. So let's say fricassee or donuts. You can. Tunisians from.
אלג'יריה.
מאיפה אתה, from what country? You're from Tunisia? No.
No, I'm for Israel.
No, of course, but your parents are saying like your traditions.
עיראק.
Okay. I don't know so much Iraqi food, but anyway, I'm sure there is also in Iraqi food some type of things that different things that every culture have different type of food, and sometimes it's mezonot, sometimes hamutzi. Anyway, But actually, also, this is actually the next thing we're going to talk about. We just said that if you eat a lot, then it will become motzi, but it's not all the time true. If, let's say, you're eating donuts or fricassee, what I just brought, anything that you take a dough and you fry it in deep oil, you can eat as many donuts as you want. You will never need to say motzi on it. It's mezonot all the time, even if you will be full of donuts.
Why?
Because anything, it's not considered bread. It's considered something that anything that you put it in cooked water or cooked oil and like pasta, let's say.
Okay.
You can eat as many pasta as you want, as much as you want. It will be mezonot. So you're asking what's the source for it? That's a good question. No, I need to look it. I think the reason is because it's not something people usually eat for a meal. But I need to really like check what's the. I mean, because no one eats tons of donuts for breakfast. So today everything is possible. Yeah. But I guess this is the reason. But I need to really find out because what I'm giving you now, it's the halacha, like the practical halacha. But you want to know more what's the source and what is it based on.
More in depth.
In depth, yeah. I need to look into it, but it's a good question. Okay, so anything that you fry it with, like you cook it or fry it, it's mezonot all the time. Even if you eat, like I said, even if you eat a lot. Now, let's talk about. If you let's say cooked something, and afterward you bake it. Do you have an example of something you cook and then you bake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. That one. I do sometimes.
Bagel.
Huh?
Bagel.
Bagel, okay, but
Bagel.
okay, do different things. Rice even. I did even 3 times. I
I'm
boil,
talking about.
I fry, and then I bake.
Oh, very good. No, you're right. I'm talking about something from the 5 species. So let's say bagel. I worked in a place where they make bagels. They take the dough, and they put it to boil in a pot.
Yeah.
They put it to cook, and afterward they put it in the oven. And
Okay.
תודה רבה.
okay.
בבקשה.
So bagel, let's say. So we go according to the end. Although we just learned that if you cook something, it doesn't matter how much you eat of it, it's mezonot. But if after you cooked it, you baked it, it will become a motzi. Let's say bagel, you cook the bagel first, and then you put it in the oven, it's a motzi. What if it's the other way around? Let's say you first baked it, and then you cooked it, then it's not so simple. Really, it still stays bread. You would still say motzi on it. Let's say you took, but it's not black and white. So basically, if it looks like a kazait, you can still see pieces of kazait of bread inside the thing that you cooked, this dish that you made. So meaning kazait is 27, you said 27 samak, 27 cc. Yeah. So in that case, you would still need to say motzi on it. It didn't lost his name or whatever. It's still considered bread. It's not becoming mezonot. But if it's less than a kazait, meaning this piece of bread is less than a kazait, then this bread will become mezonot. For instance, croutons.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to ask. Croutons,
but croutons is different. There's something called kli rishon and kli sheni. We see it also in Shabbat. There's a big difference. Let's say in Shabbat, you're not allowed to cook in Shabbat.
Okay.
So what we do, I mean, Chabad or Ashkenaz, we are more. We are very, very machmir. So let's say I want to make coffee for myself on Shabbat. I don't take direct from the. I don't take direct from the thermos, and then put the coffee. I put it into a second vessel, kli sheni. I think it's actually considered kli shlishi. That's the whatever. But
what is the reason you do that one?
So because when you transfer something to kli sheni, to second vessel, it's not as hot anymore, and it's not cooking. It's not considered cooking anymore. It's considered. It's not cooking. So therefore, let's say you put now pieces of bread in the soup, not in the pot of the soup. When you put it in your plate, it's already considered second kli.
So you can make coffee. Well, so what you're saying basically, when you use that thermos hot water
Yes.
you put in coffee, that is like cooking. So that's why to avoid that one, you put into cup and then cup into
Another.
coffee
Yes.
and then is
Then it's fine. I know some people, I think some people don't even do it, they consider it already secondly when you take it from the thermos to your cup, it's already second. But I think Chabad, we are more strict, that we do Kli Shlishi, we even transfer to another cup. I know there's some people are less strict, and I don't remember, this is something I need to really like, I'm not an expert in laws of Shabbat, Rabbi Shmuel would for sure know how to answer you, but I do know that some people say that as long as you didn't put coffee inside the pot, and if you put coffee inside the pot, actually coffee is not a good example, because coffee, they already cook it before. In factory, it's been cooked. Very good. And bishul, achar bishul. Very good. So, but also, I forgot another example. Let's say kneidalach or krepalach or whatever, those stuff. You put this with basically you take pieces of matzah and you make it into, mix it with eggs, with water, and you make it into a balls, matzah ball in English. Matzah ball. It's mezonot also. Because it lost it's lost its form. It doesn't look like matzah anymore. There was small pieces. When you made this, you crushed this matzah into very small pieces. It's not kazait anymore. The only time when you would say amotzi on it is when it looks like pieces of bread and it's more than kazait. Kazait is an olive, but which is anyway. So, but this is in the actual pot. So if you put some bread which is kazait inside the pot, it would still be amotzi. But if it's less than a kazait, then it will be mezonot. Yeah?
Sorry to ask you one thing, a bit disconnected with that, what you said, we are more strict. At home, you cook rice
Yeah?
in which pot do you cook? In milk or meat?
Depends. If usually, I have different dishes. I have meat dishes and dairy dishes. So if I want to eat the rice with, let's say, with pizza, I don't know. So then I cook it in a dairy pot.
Okay,
And if I want to eat the rice with schnitzel, then I cook it with the meat.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Today you cook rice, you eat with sauce, milk sauce, for example, I don't know, pasta, whatever. Not pasta, but vegetable sauce with milk, and with that rice you eat with rice. But tomorrow you want to eat with the meat, the same rice that you cook in there, what do you do then?
Wait, sorry. This rice, you cooked milk in this pot?
No, because you said that you have, at home I have parve dishes.
Yes.
So I can parve like saucepan and paiste pan, frying pan, for
Yes.
example, parve.
Yes.
Now, I cook rice in parves in parve.
Yes.
So today I can eat also with a milk sauce, which is in different frying pan made on top of that one. And then tomorrow I can eat in different frying pan, meat pan, for example, meat sauce to put on top of the rice. So I have,
So you're saying,
I have parve.
so you cook the rice in a parve,
Yeah, parve.
parve pan.
vessel.
Now
Yeah.
this rice you can eat it with meat or you can eat it with milk. As long as you don't put the milk inside
Exactly.
as long as you don't put it in the tray in the pan.
Of course
You
you
can
can.
put it in second
part of
in
the pan,
the
it's
plate.
part of the pan.
The plate is fine. If you
Parve
put
pan.
but if you put milk inside the pan, then you cannot put milk in the same pan.
No,
Even-
it's parve pan, I mean, it's
Yeah.
parve. That's why I have like parve things from the beginning. I was thinking
Yeah.
about that one and parve made and a few other things I have. Not about this spatula and this cooking for
So
cooking. how to call this.
if it's a parve pan, you should make sure not to put meat in there, not to put milk. No
Of
meat
course
and no
not,
milk.
of course.
Yeah.
Halal, flesh, this meat, and parve
Very good.
separately.
Very good. Now, maybe because we don't have so much time, there's still other things that I was wanting to talk about, different things that I was
Sorry,
about. But there's not nice, interesting
I'm
tabla
a
here.
bad boy.
Oh, before I go to the tabla, maybe I will just explain this chart that I made. Okay, so we always say 4 eggs, 6 eggs, whatever. So an egg is 60 milliliters, which is 60 cubic centimeters.
Okay,
Now, 4 eggs is 230, 6 is 346. And then you have Chatzi Isaron. Chatzi Isaron, it's a measurement that they use in the time, in the Gemara. This is like 1,244. And so let's see, and this is okay. Now let's go to that. Maybe you can make it smaller, so you can see also the tavla. Okay, very good. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Let's say I'm eating now. I'm now eating something which is less than 4 eggs. Let's say I'm eating pizza that was made with milk.
Okay.
Only milk. You did not put water in the pizza. Now, but I eat from this pizza. I eat less than 230 samak, which is 230 milliliters, and I'm satisfied from it. So if I'm satisfied, even though you say you are satisfied, most people are not satisfied from this amount.
Okay.
So you are batla da'ato etzel kol adam, meaning what? Even though for you are satisfied, most people are not satisfied from it. Therefore, you should really say mizonot. But you say, oh, but I'm satisfied from it. So what you should do, because you should take a real bread, take a piece of kazait and wash on a real bread, and then you can eat the pizza, no problem. But if you are not satisfied, then no problem. You say mezonot and ala mechia. Now let's go into this second case. Now let's say you eat an amount of 4 eggs. So and that. So I made a mistake here. Actually, it needs to be that you say amotzi. It's a mistake I need to fix. I said that you should eat kazait, bread to wash, but no. If you eat more than 4 eggs
It's already a Moshe.
and you're satisfied, you should say the amotzi. You should wash your hands. Even if you eat rogalach, pizza, or whatever, all these things that we said that they are mezonot. Like if it was different, soft paste, let's say, besides something that you fried. If it's fried with the deep oil, then it's always mezonot. Doesn't matter how much you eat. Now, if you're not satisfied, even though it's 4 eggs, you say, but I'm not satisfied from it. I'm not establishing a meal. It's not my meal. I'm not satisfied from it. Then you can say mezonot and ala mechia. What if you eat a big amount? It's already 6 eggs. It's 346 cc. In that case, if you are satisfied, you could say amotzi, no problem. If you are not satisfied, because
6 more eggs.
yes, 6 eggs. If you're not satisfied, again, batla da'ato etzel kol adam. You say, I'm not satisfied. Okay, you're not satisfied, but most people are satisfied from it. So what you should do, you should take a piece of bread, wash on it, and a regular bread, not then something which is mixed with fruit juice or something, and then you eat a meal. Now, if you eat so much, chatzi saron, the last one, which is like, it's about I think like about 1 kilo of something, like, it's a lot, a
It's
big
actually
amount.
written, I believe here, 1.25 kilos.
I put it here. 1.25 kilos.
Yeah,
If you eat something which is about
25
like
kilos.
this is about 1 liter and 200. This 1 liter and 200. Here you cannot say I'm not satisfied. According to all opinions, you say amotzi. If you eat, let's say, a big pie of pizza, or I don't know, you say, oh, I'm not satisfied from it.
Oh, there are
Maybe
people
also-
who are not satisfied.
12 ביצים.
חצי שעון זה 12 ביצים?
לא.
יותר. הראית את זה, זה פי 4.
Oh, there are people who are not satisfied.
זה לפחות את
Okay. Yeah.
Did
24 ביצים.
omelette with 40 eggs.
ביצים?
40 eggs omelette and plus
לא, רגע.
6 ביצים זה 350.
ביצה זה 60 גרם.
Let's go up. There's something about ביצה. If you go up.
ביצה זה 60
ניתן לי לדבר על גרם. הוא מדבר על סמך.
Yeah, this depends what you
לא,
weigh.
זה דבר. זה כמעט דבר. לא.
כמעט.
we can fix
לא
it.
מתאמן.
זה כזית 27.
לא, סמ"ק, לא גרם. זה תלוי,
28.
זה תלוי מה אתה לוקח. אם אתה לוקח מים, זה יכול לשקול משהו אחד. אם אתה לוקח, נגיד, לא יודע, חביתה או פנקייק.
אנחנו מחמירים כזית 28.
28, אוקיי, אז 28 סמ"ק או גרם?
גרם.
אבל הולכים לפי, לא הולכים לפי גרם, הולכים לפי כמות של ווליום. לפי נפח, לא לפי גרמים.
לא בעיה שאתה יודע מה זה נפח, לא נפח. אתה עכשיו רוצה לאכול.
הגמרא מדברת בלשון כזית, כביצה, וביצה יכולה לשקול יותר או יכולה לשקול פחות.
עכשיו יש לך מצב בפסח, אתה צריך לאכול את זה כזית. נכון?
כן?
איך אתה מדבר?
אם אתה רוצה לאכול מה?
כזית, מצה.
They're talking two different things.
שוקל אותה, כזית, 28 גרם, אתה מחמיא.
אתה אומר 28. אם זה מצה, אם בדקת ושמצה, זאת אומרת מצה זה 28.
זה סימן אותו דבר.
2 liters of milk.
נכון, לפעמים זה אותו דבר, כן. תלוי מה זה... תלוי מה זה...
דברים שלך, אתה לא יכול לאכול שום דבר, רק שאתה... כמה הנפח, ותלחץ את זה בקופסת גפרורים וכל זה.
כן, נכון, בדיוק. לא, אבל הוא אומר גם שלא ללחוץ, לא לדחוס. צריך, אם נגיד יש קצת אוורירי, נגיד עוגה אוורירית, אז אסור לך ללחוץ את זה ולהגיד...
אבל אין לך עכשיו, מה תעשה?
אז אם אין לך כזית, אז אתה מברך?
לא, אנחנו הולכים לפי משקל, לא הולכים לפי נפח.
אוקיי, תראה לי מי אומר את זה, אני אשמח לדעת. אני לא למדתי ככה. לא, אני לא בא להתווכח, חס ושלום. אני אשמח לדעת, אם תראה לי, יכול להיות שיש עוד דעות, אני לא יודע. לפי מה שכתוב פה, הוא אומר לפי נפח, אבל אם תראה לי, אז אני...
אני צריכה ללכת, תודה רבה.
יישר כוח, זהו, סיימנו, כן.
יאללה, תודה רבה, כבוד הרב.
זה ככה, ניסיתי איכשהו לעשות מזה, לתמצת כמה שאפשר.
כן, כן.
You're living